the Harley Benton SC-552. There are different varieties. This one is called the PAF variety because it's got, the reverse zebra humbuckers in there. I believe that's the reverse zebra or inverse zebra. There are several different colors of this. We'll go through some of them. This one is more of a, what do they call this one? Tobacco Burst, Paradise Amber. There is Black Cherry Flame. We have a Faded Tobacco. And then we end with some personal favorites, the Silver Burst minus. I like having the darker fretboard on the Silver Burst. That is the one thing that draws me away from a Silver Burst is when you have, I believe this is a Pau Ferro fretboard. We'll get into the specs momentarily. But this style of guitar and the price that they're doing it for and the options that they're offering are kind of crazy. Because it makes you think, what could Epiphone do with this price range? How much could they actually give? I mean, I understand the quality control on some of these isn't going to be the best from what I've heard in the past about Harley Benton, but just let's just look at the crazy specs on this thing for a sub $300 guitar. Keep in mind, with shipping, it's probably going to be closer to that $350 range, but for the specs that we're getting, it's kind of ridiculous. So let's just scroll down and we'll tell you what we got. So we have the Harley Benton SC-552 Paradise Amber Flame. This is kind of like, I call it the slash finish, the Appetite for Destruction. Deluxe Series electric guitar, mahogany body. So keep in mind, this isn't a real mahogany body. It's like an off-brand of it, but that's basically the same thing that Epiphone does, to my knowledge. They call it mahogany. They don't call it anything else. But we don't know, what type of mahogany, what grade of mahogany, where it's coming from. You get a Gibson, it's actual mahogany. This is a type of mahogany. We can actually go ahead and search this up to look at the wood type. And let's see what they call this. In the Chinaberry family, occurs in Florida, Mexico, Central America. Let's see. The wood of between the trees is known as mahogany. So it is technically mahogany. It may not be the traditional mahogany that you know it from. So this is weight relief chambered. They don't tell you how heavy it is, I believe, but there is some weight relief in this system. And we all know that Gibson offers weight relief and Epiphone does too, but it's typically the more expensive models that's offered in. So we don't know what it looks like. You'd have to get one of these guitars, x-ray the thing, to actually see what it looked like. So then we have a AAA maple top, set mahogany neck. It's the same thing. Pau Ferro fingerboard, which is similar, kind of like I hate to say it's like a cross between rosewood and ebony, but it kind of is. I feel like it has like the hardness of ebony, but more of the look of rosewood, in my opinion. 60s neck profile, 12-inch fretboard radius, which is typical of Gibsons. Gives you with blacksmith stainless steel frets. That's right. So not only is this mahogany, not only is this maple, not only is this weight relieved, it is a stainless steel Les Paul style guitar, and it is significantly cheaper than anything else on the market. You look at LTD, there, you don't see stainless steel frets on guitars of this price range. The stainless steel is reserved for the EC1000 in the LTD range for ESP, and those are $800-900. So you don't see stainless steel frets on guitars this cheap, like ever. This is, Harley Benton really outdid themselves in this particular model. Also, guess what? Graphtec nut. There you go. Has an excellent nut on this thing too. Alnico 5 humbuckers, which I'm sure they're fine. They don't specify the brand, so who knows. In a worst case scenario, what you would do with this is dump the humbuckers in electronics, spend $100 on a decent set, and then maybe get rid of the tuners. So even if you did that and added an additional $200 to this, with shipping, you're probably only going to be at $550, and that's still significantly cheaper than many guitars that offer stainless steel frets. It is gloss Paradise Amber. They are, as I said, they are going to have, because of the features of this thing, they are going to have to cut cost. And they cut the costs in the electronics on this guitar, and they cut the costs on the tuners. They also, I wish there was a belly cut. I think we have seen belly cuts. The two things that would make this guitar like I'm buying it right now is I definitely prefer a nitro finish. So if this thing had a nitro finish and a belly cut, I wouldn't even think twice about buying it. Right now, I'm thinking about buying it because look at this top. You know, excellent. I understand it's probably a veneer. It's definitely not a full flame maple top. They didn't specify it was a maple cap. Looks like, oh, Tesla pickups. I mean, you know, the heel joint makes getting up to those frets fairly easy. I'm not a fan of this headstock, I'll be honest. I've never been a big fan of this headstock you got. Looks like some mother of toilet seat, then some abalone in there. I do like abalone. Here's a close-up of the tuners. So these are going to be kind of your off-brand Gibson Deluxe style tuners. They're not going to be bad. They're not going to be great. As I said, this might be this is kind of a cost-saving thing without putting their own version of their locking tuners on this thing. And, I mean, it looks like the body is, well, like 3 pieces or so. So 3 pieces of mahogany. Let's see if we can tell what the neck is made out of here. I'm guessing the neck probably has a heel joint, scarf joint situation. It's really hard to tell. I'll be honest with you, it is hard to tell. But expect a heel joint and a scarf joint. I mean, it's a guitar that's less than $300. So the chances of it not having a heel joint and a scarf joint are slim. There's a better look at the tuners. Let's see. I wonder. I mean, it looks dark in this area. I'm assuming it's got a, as I said, expect a heel joint, expect a scarf joint. Most likely, that is what's going to happen. I don't believe there is any fancy electronics in these, to my knowledge. You know, obviously there's no tremolo, tells you the specs right there. No gig bag, no case, nothing like that included. It doesn't say anything specifically about, you know, like a push-pull pots, and that's where you save some money too. Don't put the push-pull pots in this one. So the pickups are going to be, probably going to be fine. So an Alnico 5, I think is it all the same pickup? Yeah, Alnico 5. Let's look at the Silver Burst. That's my other favorite color here. And, you know, weight relief chambered, arched top, 60s neck profile, stainless steel, Alnico 5, 2-volume, 2-tone, 3-way. Let's see here. Kluson style. Yeah, not actual Kluson. Got some D'Addario tuners. And they do a nice silver burst. A lot of these cheaper guitars, as you can see, they'll do a black finish on the back, which I prefer the burst to be on both sides of the guitar. This looks more of a sparkly color. But it's kind of crazy what they're offering. This is tempting, let me tell you. I have played several Harley Benton guitars at my local guitar center, my local mom and pops. A couple, they pop up every once in a while. One was terrible. One was okay. You know, it was all right. And I think there was 2 that I was like, you know what, I could gig with this. I mean, I'm not a gigging musician at this time, but there was a couple that I was like, yeah, I could definitely probably get away playing this. The one did have stock pickups, and they sound fine. You know, they're not my preferred pickup. I definitely like my Seymour Duncans, my Duncan design, Fishman Fluence, EMGs. I've still never owned a pair of DiMarzio, so that's gotta go on the list. Off-brand pickups are fine too. If you find something that, you know, is like simulating what you have, like Dragonfire is perfectly fine. You get the Chinese pickups. I've made a couple videos about them, and they sound great as well for the price, especially. But they're getting interesting. They're getting interesting. I think what they should do to these is what they did with the previous Explorer style guitar that I mentioned. Just go with the nitro finish. Give me that nitro finish. Give Daddy his nitro. I love nitro. Hardware, give me some locking tuners on this. offer a 24 fret option. I would love to see this same specs 24 fret option. Pickup wise, gimme, I mean, if they put EMGs and stuff before, so give me some EMGs. Why not? I would not mind having a pair of EMGs in this thing. I like them as well. But let me know your thoughts. I mean, this is crazy. This one is even cheaper. This is $266. You can get a B stock for $20 less. That means there's probably some sort of finishing imperfections. Let me know if somebody picked one of these up. I think it's getting close to the time where I'm like, you know, I want that 2x12 with the vintage 30s. The price has risen like $20, but I mean, it's not that big a deal. I can afford it, and maybe it's time to buy one of these guitars with it because, you know, you're paying a lot for shipping. I don't know how they do it with multiple items. Maybe they combine shipping, but we'll just have to wait and see. Let me know your thoughts yet again down below in the comments. This is Steve Gray. This is Gray's Guitars. Thank you for watching. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, leave a like, and feel free to comment down below what you'd like to see for future guitar and music-related videos. Yet again, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.